Good morning, Manitoba. I am Larry McIntosh, and I'll be your host for the next hour and every Saturday morning from 8 to 9. Thank you for tuning in. Did you know that Food and Friends Radio is also on TV? Each radio show is filmed and will be posted on MyToba.ca on Sunday. So if you want to see the TV version of this or any previous radio shows, please visit MyToba.ca. Thanks to 680 CJOB's Nicole, who produces our show, and Chad, who operates the camera, as well as the teachers of the Broadcasting and Media Arts program at TechVoc High School. You can also listen to an audio podcast of Food and Friends at SoundCloud.com and at the iTunes Store. So please, just do a search for Food and Friends with Larry at MyToba.ca or the SoundCloud.com or iTunes, and all the shows will come up for your listening or viewing pleasure. It's very important for me to mention that Food and Friends is only available because of 680 CJOB and its advertisers. So please make sure you tune in to 680 CJOB or listen live at cjob.com. My guest this morning is Mohamed El Tassi, owner of Sargent Blue Jeans. Good morning, Mohamed.
Good morning.
How we doing?
Good. Thank you.
I have a bet with Shelley on the way here this morning. I was betting with Shelley. I'm wondering how many times I'll say Sargent Sunday, because I have that in my head for some reason. I know it's not related. It's not even close to you, but it's another famous Sargent.
Yeah, definitely. I actually make that same mistake a lot of times.
Sure you do. So Sargent Blue Jeans, whereabouts you located?
Well, we're right on 1136 Sargent Avenue, right in the corner of Sargent and Valor Road. So right across the memorial for the Remembrance Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Shelley and I were there a few weeks ago for our first time because we wanted to come and talk about the radio show, and you were kind enough to have jeans. We had an event, a Peak of the Market charity event last Friday, a week ago now, that we encouraged people to wear jeans for the first time ever, and so we thought, hey, there's a natural relationship for us to send people your way and get some jeans, and then we came into the store. It's quite a fascinating place.
You know what? The store is pretty. It's pretty impressive, I have to say. Not just because I'm always there. I'm not biased or anything, but the store has been active since 1982, and I have to say our service is. Well, you've been there. You saw it, but I think we pride ourselves in our service, and providing a good quality jean for a good price with a great service.
So how many jeans would you have in that store?
Anywhere from 12 to 18,000 pairs of jeans.
12 to 18,000 pairs of jeans.
Yeah. The highest record number is 18,000.
Is that when inventory went wrong and you just got in a buying spree? Or?
Yeah, well, we went crazy. No.
So 12,000 pairs of jeans. What brand names are there? Names we know?
Oh, you know what? We have Buffalo, Tommy Hilfiger, Calvin Klein, Parasuco. Silver jeans is one of our biggest. Dickies work clothing.
Okay.
We are the largest retailer in Central Canada for Dickies clothing. Yeah. So
seems to me I read somewhere that Silver Jeans, you're one of the largest ones for them as well. Right?
Yeah, we're one of the largest here in Winnipeg.
Oh.
Yeah. But there's abroad there's some pretty hefty competition out there, but we have the best selection, I'd say, of silver jeans in Winnipeg. Yeah.
So how did you get into the jean business? What made you want to get into that?
You know what? It was my second job, and it just stuck. And like I joke around with you now. It's my own private prison, but actually, tell you the truth, I was hooked. Actually, I dealing with people on a daily basis is something that's taught me a lot of life lessons, and it helped me. You hear a lot of stories. You talk to a lot of people, and if I can't imagine myself doing anything else really except retail. It just doesn't matter where life takes me, but talking to people on a daily basis is really necessary. So, but I started there when I was 14.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I started there when I was very young, part-time, and slowly worked my way and became a co-owner.
And retail, like many jobs, I mean, it's not just retail, but you're open, I assume, 6 days a week?
6 days a week.
6 days a week. So whether you're actually there, but the store is open, you're responsible, things happen, whatever it might be, it's a demanding job, and it's not 9 to 3 by any stretch.
No, it's not. It is a demanding job, like you say. But we're open 6 days a week, and actually in the Christmas times, Sundays.
Oh,
So
okay.
this Sunday will be open, and the next 4 Sundays following. But yeah, it is a demanding job, and you always have to kind of keep your guard up, and you always, well, we know customers like not most of our customers. I'm not gonna say but lots of our customers we know on a first basis. So we have a rapport with them, and like you say, sometimes things happen. You know what I mean? So just like any other business. So, but you know what? The most important thing is we bounce back and stay on our feet.
And I want to talk, I'm going to save it for the next segment, but I want to talk about the experience that Shelley and I had and the staff that you have there. But I just really want to get into the fact that has to be a very important time of year for you. Is jeans a big thing at Christmas? Obviously, you're opening Sundays, so I would assume it is.
You know what? Jeans is pretty big in Christmas, yeah, I have to say. But most things, the most we sell is gift certificates.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we do sell gift certificates. So we have a lot of people coming in every day this time of year, asking for gift certificates of all nominations. So we offer all nominations to the penny, and with no expiration date. So it's gift certificates, and they're buying for the regular shoppers. So it's usually parents that are coming in to buying for their son or daughter or grandkids, and a lot of people want to buy actual jeans and put them in a box and something in Christmas, but and lots of times people just buy a jean, put it in a box, and hope for the best, and then we'll exchange and do this and do that, and we'll take care of the details.
We'll be right back with Mohamed El Tassi, owner of Sargent Blue Jeans, after we take this break for your 680 CJOB weather update. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Food and Friends. No matter what age you are, I think everyone has a favorite Sesame Street character. Peak of the Market's new Sesame Street potato and onion bags feature Elmo, Big Bird, Grover, Oscar, Abby, Bert and Ernie. I hope you've had an opportunity to see our bright and colorful potato bags and onion tags when you've been in your produce section at your favorite store. Along with the characters, you'll still see the Peak of the Market logo, which means you're guaranteed it's grown right here in Manitoba. We're very pleased to partner with Sesame Street Workshop on the Eat Brighter program. I also want to encourage you to drive by Peak of the Market at 1200 King Edward Street in Winnipeg, if you happen to be in that neighborhood, to see some of the Sesame Street characters on the outside of our building. It's not very often you see a big bird that's 18 feet tall. And this is a 150-foot long banner and then 18 foot tall, the biggest part with Big Bird, and I think Elmo is there as well. We're back with Mohamed El Tassi, owner of Sargent Blue Jeans. So we were talking off air. You have 4 boys, right?
I got 4 boys.
And what age range?
4.5. I got twins at 4.5 years old. I got another boy at 2.5 and another one at 1.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you have a busy household.
Busy household. And I live with my parents, too. So, yeah, my dad is my landlord.
Ah.
Yeah. Oh, you met my father.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. So he's my landlord. So the rent's cheap. Rent's cheap, so.
So do the boys watch Sesame Street?
The boys watch Elmo.
Elmo, okay.
They do.
All right.
They are big on Elmo. They love Elmo. The first 2 had grown out a little bit of it. Now
Sure.
they're more into Ninjago and whatnot. But my middle one is crazy for Elmo.
Yeah. And I think Sesame Street, their target market, I don't know if you call it that for a children's store or not, but it's 2 to 5 years old is what they're kind of aiming at, so that age range. But at the Peak of the Market Trivia a week ago, we have a Peak of the Market Trivia at our 21st annual charity fundraiser dinner, which was for Cancer Care Manitoba as background for our listeners. But we have trivia there. We ask strange vegetable questions. But one of the questions was, how many adults, what percentage of the audience of audience of Sesame Street viewers are adults? And it was 49%.
49%.
Of the people that watch are adults, 18 or over, because they sit there and watch with their child, I guess.
You know what? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Plus, I don't know anybody who didn't grow up on Sesame Street.
It's been around 45 years.
It's been around for a very long time. And they have a lot of big names and big celebrities coming on there. So it's just, I'm not going to lie to you and say I never watched an episode of Sesame Street.
Of course you have.
Yeah, I have.
All right, enough about Sesame Street and our new exciting bags and our relationship with Sesame Street Workshop. So I was saying in the last segment, When we came to the shop, what I was impressed with, and I don't know the lady's name that greeted us there, but she knew exactly what size Shelley and I were by just looking at us. No measuring tape. She said, "Oh, I'm not going to say on the air what my size is, but it's big." But she said, "This is your size." I said, "Oh, unfortunately, no, I'm a little bit bigger than that. I'm about 2 inches bigger." She said, "I don't think so." I said, "Yeah, I am. Thank you, though." And then she gave me the jeans, and you know what? She was right. She nailed the size right on. I was impressed.
These ladies are, it's almost like somebody mentioned the other day, it's almost like a carnival. You know, when you go to a carnival and they guess your size, your weight, and your height.
I don't like that game.
Yeah, I don't like that game either.
Because they're usually right.
Yeah. But yeah, and they've been doing this a long time. We have 4 ladies who work there full time. And Kathy Malandrakis has been there for 32 years.
Wow.
And I always joke around and I say Kathy was part of the real estate deal. She came with the building. And we have Laura Morais, she's been there for 29 years, you know, and Maria, she's been there for 11 years, and another lady, Sandra, she's been there for about 2 years now. But these ladies are the life of the business, and they are unbelievable at what they do.
Well, and the thing impressed when we walked in, other than a lot of jeans, I think you were saying 12,000 or more pairs of jeans there, was the fact that they knew exactly what size. And then we said, "Oh, this is kind of what I'm looking for." And they said, "Well, this brand would be a good fit for you, or slim, or whatever it might be." And they gave me, like, I don't know, 6 pairs of jeans to try on in my size. And same with Shelley. And you know what? They were 100% right in their suggestions, which you don't get in a big box store, if you want to call it that, or some of these other places, because that's not what they do. You're a little bit more about the service part of it.
Exactly. We like to get more personable. We like to talk to our customers. We even, at times, maybe the customers don't want to hear it, but the ladies actually do say what looks good and what doesn't look good. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes there's customers, it's sold. We have a pair of pants. Why not sell it and get it done? But the ladies will actually stop, and sometimes that customer will leave empty-handed because it just didn't look good on them. We don't have the right pair for you right now, you know. So we take pride in and the ladies do too. They take a lot of pride in the business and selling jeans and especially working with the customers. If it's price, style, look, taking in jeans, you know, shorting them on the spot, hemming them up. You know, a lot of people love skinny jeans now, and they're just not skinny enough, the skinny jeans, so they got to make them skinnier. So, like you say, service is our main goal. And
that was the other thing that impressed me was I think between Shelley and I, we got 6 pairs of jeans. And so we thought, okay, well, we'll come back, you know, in a couple days and get them. And no, they actually hem them, measure them very quickly, hem them, and I don't know how long it was, 15, 20 minutes tops. We had 6 pair of jeans that we could wear that day and everything. That's impressive.
Yeah, we like to do it fast before we know what hits you. No. But yeah, we like to offer speed and quality. So it's pretty fast. It's for whoever hates shopping, our store is a great place to come. You know, we get a lot of gentlemen in there who just don't like to shop, and they're in and out in 5 to 10 minutes flat. Yeah, and they got their jeans for the year, you know? So it's relatively painless.
We'll be right back with Mohamed El Tassi, the owner of Sargent Blue Jeans, after we take this break. Welcome back to Food and Friends. It's time for a recipe segment called Now We're Cooking. You don't need to write this recipe down, as it is today's recipe of the day at peakmarket.com and now in the Winnipeg Free Press. For time's sake, I'll only say the imperial measurements. However, all the recipes on our website or in the newspaper have both metric and imperial measurements. Today's recipe is cold cucumber soup. Cold cucumber soup. Here's what you need for the recipe. It's a short one. 1 cucumber peeled, 1 cup of low-fat buttermilk, 2 tablespoons of red onion finely chopped. For best results, use Manitoba-grown red onions. 1 teaspoon of dried mint flakes and 1 teaspoon of sugar. In a food processor, add the cucumber, milk, onion, mint flakes, and sugar. Process until smooth. Serve immediately or chill in the refrigerator until it's ready to serve. Until you're ready to serve it, I should say. This recipe serves 2. This is today's recipe of the day at peakmarket.com and now in the Winnipeg Free Press. Actually, Peak of the Market now has a different recipe in the Winnipeg Free Press every single day. So please check out Peak of the Market's Recipe of the Day in the Winnipeg Free Press 7 days a week, including today's recipe, which is cold cucumber soup. Peak of the Market is also on Twitter at peakmarket.com, at Peak of the Market, I should say. Peakmarket.com is our website. We're on Twitter at Peak of the Market, and we'd love to have you follow us there too. We'll be right back with Mohamed El Tassi, owner of Sargent Blue Jeans, after we take this break for your 680 CJOB news, sports, and weather. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back to Food and Friends. We're back with Mohamed El Tassi, owner of Sargent Blue Jeans. So we talked about last segment, last half hour, we talked about your favorite Sesame Street character. But here's the big question. What is your favorite vegetable?
My favorite vegetable?
Favorite vegetable?
My favorite vegetable is going to have to be cauliflower.
Cauliflower?
It's going to be cauliflower.
You know, that is interesting. Has it always been a favorite of yours?
You know what? Yeah, all my life, really. Yeah, steamed cauliflower, cauliflower with cheese. Yeah, I love cauliflower.
So here's my prediction, which is going to come true one day soon. Okay. The kale is known as a superfood. It's got lots of minerals and vitamins in it, and our kale sales have gone through the roof. Obviously, we don't have it this time of year when summer's around because people are using it not only in salads, but in smoothies, and they're eating in so many, making kale chips out of it because it's so good for you. It's been around about 100 years, but our sales have, 4 or 5 times up in the last couple of years. Cauliflower is going to be the next superfood that I think is going to get recognized for all the goodness in it.
Do you think so?
I think so. And our sales this year in cauliflower, when we had it in the summertime, obviously, were the best record in our 73, coming up to 73-year history. 72 right now, but... so I'm predicting that's the next superfood. So you might be on the cutting edge of the next superfood.
If there was any cauliflower stalks, that would be...
There isn't, but if there was, you have inside information. Yeah, I can't really help you on that particular thing. So Sargent Blue Jeans, let's get back to that. You own the company, and how long have you owned it?
You know what? It's co-owned. I own it with another business partner who is actually my brother-in-law. He married my sister. Mm-hmm. So it's been in our grasp for the past 14 years. 14 years. Yeah.
And it's been around 32 years, something like
that? Yeah, it's been around since 1982.
Okay.
Yeah. And my father and my brother-in-law owned it. And now it's my brother-in-law and I bought into the business. I bought the other half, from my father. So, yeah. And... yeah, so just recently.
So your father wanted to get out of the business?
Yeah, my dad has he does Peerless Garments. So yeah, and I've worked there since I was a kid in Sargent Blue Jeans. So it was the right fit for me to buy in. So I didn't know what else to do. It's either Sargent Blue Jeans or the streets. No.
So let's talk a little bit about you. Beyond Sargent Blue Jeans, which you're the co-owner of, you're also involved in a few things in the community as well. And I think I read your past board of Air Cadets.
Yeah, Air Cadets League of Manitoba.
How'd you get involved with them?
You know what? So got involved with the Air Cadets League of Manitoba to do with I don't know if you remember. Well, I'm sure you remember General Hillier.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So General Hillier and my father started the family fund.
Oh, okay.
So they started the family fund for soldiers family fund. So from there, it kind of spiraled off to got to know a lot of people in the Air Cadets here in Winnipeg, and they've asked me to join, and I joined, and it's something that I actually saw eye to eye in because. In my opinion, everybody's at risk. So youth-wise. So and they help a lot of youth. They help a lot of children. There's activities all the time for them, and it's something that it's quite extraordinary once you get into the nitty-gritty of it. And
I've had the pleasure, Shelley and I have had the pleasure going to. I don't know if it's a parade, or I'm not sure exactly what it's called. I'm probably calling it the wrong thing, but we were invited guests to a dinner, and they did some marching, and I don't know whether it's cadets or Air Cadets, but it's quite an interesting organization because, correct me if I'm wrong, it doesn't actually cost them much to belong to it, right?
No.
So that's an interesting thing, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's there to help youth. That's what the main goal is, and like you say, you've seen it. It's very impressive. A lot of discipline.
Yep.
and it takes a lot for these young kids to go out there and do this, and it's choreographed properly. It's pretty impressive, I have to say, and I've been to a few of them now that I have to say I look forward to them. So.
The other thing I read that you're on Epic Opportunities.
Epic Opportunities. It's actually a board I've just become part of.
Okay.
It helps. It finds residential homes and housing for intellectually disabled people here in Winnipeg.
Okay.
So I'm liking it. It's nice. It's somewhere close to my heart. Just recently, a family member of mine passed away who was disabled and was not part of Epic Opportunities, but very similar organization was he's being housed in. So that's something that I wanted to get involved in for a long time, and I'm happy that I am part of it, and I hope I can make a difference.
Do you do this? I mean, obviously, I think Manitoba is great for giving back to organizations, giving to charity, all the things we've talked about on the show in past. But do you think it's important as a community leader, as a business owner, to give back as well? Or is it just something more you feel like you should be doing?
You know what I have to say? All business owners should give back to the community, because the community is what's providing for them, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I have to say that upbringing has a lot to do with it.
Right.
My father is a great man. He's an amazing person, and there's a big saying always. If I can be half the man you are, I'm going to be honest with you, Larry. I'll be content with about an eighth. So I have to say he's an amazing role model. He's an amazing person, and I'm always trying to follow his lead. And I'm never going to catch up, but that's the beauty of it. So I'm never going to stop giving, and I'm never going to stop donating my time, resources, money to people in Winnipeg and abroad.
And I would agree with you. You look at your father as a role model, putting words in your mouth a little bit, and your sons will probably look at you, and that will be passed on from generation to generation.
Like I said earlier in the show, before we went on, from your mouth to God's ears. So yeah, I hope that's the case. I hope that's the case.
We'll be right back with Mohamed El Tassi, owner of Sargent Blue Jeans, right after we take this break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Food and Friends. Peak of the Market has a mobile recipe app that works on your smartphone, including the new iPhone 6, and on your iPad. It's available free through the Apple, Android, or BlackBerry World app stores or via peakmarket.com. All you have to do is go to any of these sites and search for Peak Recipes. Here's a few features of our app. Over 4,000 recipes. No internet connection required. Once you've downloaded it, it's all right on your phone or your iPad. It doesn't take up a lot of space, but you don't have to have an internet connection after that. You can search recipes using a combination of keywords like potatoes and chicken, or ingredients or meal types. Measurements are both metric and imperial. You can add recipes to a shopping list and check off the items as you shop. You can add notes to recipes like add more vegetables next time. Hopefully that's a note you add. Resize the font for directions for easier reading. You can make it bigger, obviously. And one of the most important things where we're designing this, to me, was no in-app advertising. So when you download this app, there's no ads, there's no, asking you to buy whatever. It's all about recipes, and that's all it is. We're very excited with our new recipe app, so please download it and give it a try. We know there's thousands and thousands of apps out there, but give ours a shot, and if you don't like it, you can always delete it, but I think you're going to like it. We're back with Mohamed El Tassi, owner of Sargent Blue Jeans. We were just talking off air during the break there. You're involved with Siloam Mission. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing there?
You know what? Siloam Mission is a wonderful organization. So whatever we can do to help Siloam Mission, we do. And we like to donate parkas, blankets. Last year we donated 100 parkas, 100 sleeping bags, 100 blankets. And these are really extreme cold weather things, products. So this is lots made by Peerless Garments. So it's whatever we can do to help shield the homeless from the cold weather this time of year. And like was saying earlier, we were off, and says that unfortunately, homelessness does exist in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't, but in theory it shouldn't, but
Right.
it does, and that's a regular thing we have to deal with. But I think that we should work with organizations like Siloam in I guess you could say dealing with the issues at hand, and they do a great job.
And we've had Floyd Paris from Siloam Mission on the show before, but we had him at our annual general meeting, which was just before the charity dinner a week ago, and we asked him just to speak to our growers because we're involved with them through Winnipeg Harvest and directly. And he came in and spoke for 5 or 10 minutes, no notes, spoke from the heart, and you know the passion of him and his team and the volunteers to make a difference in people's lives who are homeless for whatever reason, whether that's addiction issues, hit a bump in the road, whatever it might be. Thank goodness we're not in that situation, but there's lucky that there's people out there helping, such as yourselves.
Yeah, definitely is, and I volunteer at Siloam many times, and I have to say the volunteers right beside me 4 times a week. These people volunteer, 5 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
They are really devoted. I can't say that I volunteer that often there, but I try and put in as much time as I can. But there's some really, really great people, and that's the community here in Winnipeg. This community is, I believe, maybe because I'm from here and I'm a proud Winnipegger, but I believe that we are one of the best communities, not in Manitoba, in Canada, maybe even the world, I think, because I've been all around. I'm originally, we're from Lebanon. I have to say that Winnipeg, nobody comes together as a community to help others like Winnipeg. It's we are really friendly Manitoba here.
And you would have no argument for me on that one, for sure. There is a different spirit, whether it's, I've heard theories about, we're somewhat isolated from other communities because we're in the middle of in Canada. But I think it's just about what people have been raised with, what they understand, what's expected. It's unlike any other community I've lived into.
Yeah, and I'm 100% with you here. It's a beautiful place to be and to raise a family and to I'm very proud to be from Winnipeg. Yeah.
So let's talk about blue jeans.
Yes, sir.
What is your favorite brand personally?
My favorite brand?
Brand, yes. Do you buy them from your store at least?
You know what? If I don't, I got to get my head examined. I'll tell you that. But Silver.
Silver?
Silver jeans. Yeah, Silver jeans are my favorite brand. I can get into detail why they are my favorite brand, but it has to do with the fit and the fact that they have no stretch in them, for the most part.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but all jeans more or less these days are stretch jeans. Everything has Lycra in it now, more or less. And I still like a form-fitting jean, I guess you can say. So yeah.
So how often do you not wear jeans?
Oh, I wear jeans a lot, a lot. I was, my dad, my father, my father and my mother Samira, I drive them crazy. Because we got to go to functions lots of times, and they want me to wear dress pants and suit, and I say I gotta wear jeans. Jeans is it's what we sell. But and my dad just wants to. He just doesn't like it. But you know what? Sometimes I give in and I put on a suit.
But I understand what you're saying, because that would be like me going to a function not having any vegetables.
Exactly.
Right? That would be a bad image to have if I didn't like vegetables.
Yeah, that's 100% right.
So I get it.
Yeah, and I'd call you on it. No.
And people do, because I don't really like Brussels sprouts that much, and people do point that out.
I'm with you on that one.
Even wrapped in bacon, it's not enough to do it for me. But so when you walk in the store, you see all these pairs of jeans. How do you decide what the next thing is? Like, do you go to new brands? Or you just look at what's coming in? That's got to be a huge chore.
You know what? This day and age of social media, it's almost it's very hard to keep up with the trends, because trends are popping out like weeds, and they're not lasting as long as they used to.
Okay.
And you have to be very sharp. You have to be with it. You can't fall asleep. You have to really, really, really keep your eye on the ball. And I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes a trend just flies right by me, and I don't even see it. And So you really got to get in touch with social media. Social media is now a big thing. It's the world's this big now, so it's tiny.
We'll be right back with Mohamed El Tassi, owner of Sargent Blue Jeans, after this. Welcome back to Food and Friends. My guest today has been Mohamed El Tassi, owner of Sargent Blue Jeans. So, where's the store?
1136 Sargent Avenue, right on the corner of Sargent and Valor Road.
Are you going to be at the store today?
I'm going to be in the store today.
So if people are coming to the store, they should say, "I heard you on Food and Friends." That
That's very important. Yes, please.
So ask for Mohamed and say, "I heard you on Food and Friends." That's important. So thank you very much for being on the show, and we really appreciate it.
You know, it was a pleasure. Thank you for having me very much. Thank you, Mr. McIntosh, and I'd definitely come on again if you ever asked me. And I just want to say hello to my mom and dad, Albert El Tassi, Samir El Tassi, and my wife Lena, my sisters Amaya, Aisha, and Medium. And thank you very much for having me. And yeah,
Thank you. Take care, everybody, and please don't forget to eat your veggies.